So, hi everyone, welcome and thank you for being here. I'm Sotiris S.Lyras.
I'm Andreas A.Athanasopoulos.
And we both are members of online data analytics and insight teams at Allwin Hellas. For anyone who isn't familiar, Allwin Hellas is a brand with both a retail and an online element. Our element, the online domain, consists of pamestihima.gr and allwin.gr. So, what we will say today is not a theoretical framework. It's something we actually built in production in one of the most data-intensive industries you can work in, online betting. The challenge we faced is one that maybe are familiar in most of you. We had, on one side, a digital analytics domain. On the other, we had the transaction analytics, but we have nothing to connecting them. So, two realities, two dimensions, and a growing gap between what we could see and what we needed to know. So, in the next 15 minutes, we will walk you through this case, the decisions we took, and how this affected our reporting, our machine learning models, and our next-gen personalization.
Before we go into any further details, just a few words about our growth over the years. In 2022, the online world of pop-up takes its first big steps right after the lockdown, when everyone and everything want to go more digital. Back then, we had digital data, but we only experimented with it. In 2024, we are 1 year in our new sports betting platform, and our lottery one as well, where digital data is in the background, isolated from the transactional data, as transactional data dominated everyone's interest. Today, in 2026, we have our unified data architecture, where digital and transactional have become one. We are 13 data scientists, and we plan on keep on going more. So Sotiris will walk you through the problem we faced and why we needed to solve it.
Okay, let's set the scene. Online betting, as we said, is a two-dimensional business. On one side, we have all digital analytics metrics, like sessions, clicks, pages, timings, devices. On the other side, we have all transactional metrics, like betting, wallet movements, KYC, and account info. A lot of data in both domains, but not actually talking to each other. So, real business questions like, have Android users a different visit pattern comparing to iOS? Or how our ads campaigns contribute to our revenue? Or how many sessions needed for a new registration to place his first bet? Could not be answered. These are not transactional or digital questions. These are business questions. So, let's try to describe the fragmentation problem we had. GA4 and Firebase on one side, with all the basic metrics and dimensions, and Data Studio for visualization purposes. On the other side, we had all account and betting activity captured in detail for our transactional domain. But we didn't have the connection between them. So, information like how customer segment and or personalization segment can affect a digital journey. Also, how loyalty status or preferred game can be accessed when we analyze our digital journeys. On the other side, the unregistered traffic. We have users who visit and engage with our website without being customers yet, and these customers have no identity at all for our transactional systems. So, what are the consequences of this? When you have no shared context across customer journeys, you end up with blind spots. You can see the digital truth or the transactional truth, but never the full picture. This leads to generic journeys, since once you don't know who your customer exactly is in every aspect of his visitation, you end up serving one-size-fits-all solutions. This could lead in revenue loss and not optimize campaign spend allocation, while you don't have the opportunity to reach the right person at the right moment with the right offer. And of course, underneath all of this, our machine learning models cannot get access to 100% of our data. So we miss the opportunity for a better lift and a better prediction. Now, let's unify. Is that simple? We will see. We faced three main challenges and a given. The first main challenge was the identity resolution. One customer can visit our website in the morning through a desktop computer, and the same day evening can visit us through an Android device through our app. So watch out for duplications and device contribution to these journeys. The second category was the schema mismatch. We had nested tables and BigQuery SQL in digital domain, but transactional SQL, PySpark, and Power BI Synapse on our transactional domain. Also, the freshness alignment. Different systems, different timings, different refresh rates. We had to align. And of course, in every case, we follow strict rules in every single move.
So, what does a unified journey look like? At first, we had, as Sotiris said, two roads, the digital one and the transactional one. What we needed to do was create one big single road that we can run at full speed. In order to do that, the first step we had to do was to think. Think about how our funnel architecture would look like, why should it look like this, and how it would help us. And at the end, if it was the right way to do it, or if we had other options as well. In a way, we thought backwards. We went first to the end. We visualized what we wanted to do, and then started building. The transactional side of the data was always great for our team, so we focused more on the digital side. The first building block was Google Tag Manager, which is a tool that enabled us to track and collect every element of the web and app with its own single unique event. This process was the most intensive, time-consuming, both to implement and to debug. After it was done, it meant that we could track the data we wanted. But it wasn't in the way we wanted it. It had a different shape to our transactional data. So here comes BigQuery, which is the database that all the raw digital data lives. Here, we went in, we transformed that data, we cleansed it, and we made it ready to be compatible with the transactional side of our business. And here comes Databricks, which is where the magic happens. The two worlds come together in one single unified decision layer. The digital data coming from BigQuery and the transactional data are merged into one governed platform where it's cleansed and ready to be used. Power BI for reporting, machine learning pipelines for model serving, and the data-driven product development foundation. So, we have a new 360 profile for our customers. Something interesting happens here. We stopped thinking as a transactional and as a digital customer, and we started thinking as a unified customer. One ID, many signals. That meant that we could answer questions about how our low-value users' behavior on the site is different than our high-value users, if our acquisition channels have a higher propensity to churn than other acquisition channels, and many more. The point is that these domain metrics, the cross-domain metrics, helped us have better segmentation and critically enhanced model inputs. So we have our architecture in place. What does that unlock? It unlocked many things. We are going to show you 3 of them. Sotiris will tell you the first one.
So, what are the benefits of this unification? Let's start with better journeys. When you have the full picture of your customer, you don't need to guess anymore. So, you can serve them with more relevant on-site experiences. On the other side, this also affects product development, which can get a higher pace, let's say. And let's see an example. Maybe a lot of you recognize this screen. This screen is the Kino live draw screen, one of our lottery games, which we saw that is main part of every customer, high-level customer journey on our website. So, what we did, we made it more prominent to find, and we added also some extra functionalities in this screen. What was the result? The result was an uplift in the average daily bets per user for these customers.
Number 2 is better operations. Now we have joined up revenue and behavioral data, so our customer service team know more about the customer. And as an example, any of you that has probably placed a bet online know what it feels like to have a bet rejected, either for an odds region or some other reason. With this 360 view, we know which customers have this bad experience, why they had it, and now our customer team and our CRM team can contact them and give them relevant offers to win them back. And last but not least, enhanced machine learning. This is the most critical to us because machine learning is our team's identity. So, with the 360 view, we have stronger features for prediction, and we have enhanced customer understanding. So we know what our customer looks like. An example is a churn propensity model we had that went from a 4 lift to a 10 lift. That's a big gap, and it was very good for us. So, all in all this architecture helps us to understand our customers, make better decisions, act faster, and improve the customer experience.
At the end of the day, we all speak about one customer and 360 customer experiences. So, unified data is not an option anymore. It must be there. Thank you.